Hello everyone and welcome to my review of IDW Sonic the Hedgehog number 24. Right off the bat, I just want to say, this is an awesome cover. I would buy this as a poster if they made it, like it looks real cool. Yeah, this review is a couple days late, sorry about that, that's what happens when IDW decides that they need to release their comic on Christmas Day. But I'm sure you all understand. So without any further ado, let's hop right into the comic. So it begins with Sonic running back through Tangle's hometown, busting up stuff. You see Tails and Cream saving some people. And then Sonic meets up with SBO. Whew, okay, I'm gonna get some hate for this one, because this page was going around in the previews, and I saw some people on Twitter saying, oh man, this is great, this is how Sonic is supposed to act. And the scene is essentially him going like, because SBO throws it in his face like, this is your fault. You were the one who convinced us to leave Eggman and Windmill Village. None of this would have happened if not for you. And Sonic goes like, so what, we're not supposed to show anyone any mercy? We can't give anyone any second chances? And then they eventually just kind of like decide that they have work to do and that they don't have time to argue. But, oh my god. Is this what people want? Like, genuine question. And I like this series, by the way. I'm not hating on it. This has been a consistent problem with it to me, but it has not been enough to make me dislike the series. So, serious question. Is this what people want? Just a main character who is so against taking responsibility for their actions? Because that's what it's just like, how were we supposed to know this was gonna happen? Whoop-de-doo. I mean, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. What? Shut up. And I assume we're supposed to side with Sonic here, right? Like, I assume we're supposed to be like, nah, SBO, you're a jerk. That's not, no, man. But I don't know. And by the way, I'm not saying that necessarily I don't buy that Sonic would do that, would leave Eggman Windmill Village, or would the letting Metal Sonic go thing I'm still kind of against. But, so, I'm not even against that. The problem I have is that, okay, after I saw this preview page, I thought of this analogy, and it might be a bit extreme, but I think if you think about it, it's pretty accurate. So let's say I owned a firearm, and I kept it loaded, and I didn't put it away, I didn't have like a lockbox, I just left it out in the open, but I turned the safety on, you see, so it wasn't dangerous in the immediate moment. But I just leave it out for anyone to do whatever they want with it. No protection, no anything. And someone takes that firearm, turns the safety off, and something bad happens. I would feel at the very least partially responsible for at least somewhat contributing to that happening. And that is very much what happened here. They left this guy, who they knew was dangerous, alone in this village. They didn't even... People complain all the time about how there's so many Sonic characters, telling me no one could have gone and watched him. And now, when it gets thrown out, hey, that was really irresponsible. This is all our, and very specifically your fault. Sonic just is like, nah, man. Like, it's not even that I think, like, oh, Sonic wouldn't act like this. Human beings don't act like this. Anyway, moving on, because I could rant about this all day. So Sonic meets up with Amy. They talk for a bit, and then Tails and Cream descend. And we have this panel that's just so sad of Cream with like her eyes all droopy, just going like, "Hello, Mr. Sonic." And to the credit of Thomas, the guy who drew this issue, the look on Sonic's face when he finds out, Cream's mom is gone. That's why she's like this. Is really great. It like, you see the frustration and the pain in that. So Tails is like, you got the thing, right? You got the reader? And Sonic's like, no. So once again, Sonic screws the pooch for everyone. But so then he runs off to go meet up with Tangle to help distract everyone, so that way everyone can get up in the shuttle and take off. And General confirms something that I suspected, which was, if you've noticed throughout the last progressively throughout the issues, you'll notice more and more like splotches of metal virus on Sonic. Like at first when he would run, it would all disappear and then it would slowly come back, but Now when you see him, there's always stuff on him, and Jarmarel is like, yeah, it's getting worse. He's not gonna be able to run it off for much longer, which I assume is gonna be a plot point later, and then maybe we won't have to deal with him. No, we will. So Sonic meets up with Tangle, and they devise this plan for him to like help her wrap her tail around so that way she can block off people from getting to the shuttle. And he's like, but if I touch you, you'll get infected. And she reveals that she's already infected because she went back for Jewel, and Jewel like touched her and infected her. And there's this moment which I'm sure people in the comments are gonna be like, well, you see, didn't you like this moment where Sonic's like, he goes, I'm sorry, and Tangle's like, it's not your fault, and he's like, yes, it kind of is, because I, like, I did this, I let Metal go, I didn't keep an eye on Eggman, it's my fault. And then Tangle's like, no, that wasn't you, that was Eggman, that was Starlin, you didn't do anything. And, Sonic goes like, oh, well, I guess. That's not good enough. And I would hope people in the comments would understand what I'm saying here. He has taken zero responsibility for the situation at hand. And I think there was one instance in, I want to say the one where Shadow becomes a Zombot, where he went like, man, everything's really bad, and you could kind of see it on his face for a second, but it didn't last. Like, if they built it up more, and I'm not even saying change any of his dialogue, I'm not even saying change the things he says to other people, but, like, with some more thought bubbles of, like, man, if I just let Shadow get him, or if I just, like, melted Metal Sonic down. And, of course, you could have him, like, right after that, like, shake his head and go, how could I think that? Oh, no. But you could see it get, like, progressively worse, and see him have more and more of those thoughts as more and more bad stuff starts happening. And I'm not even saying change any of the dialogue, because when people are feeling bad about something, they will try to lie to themselves and be like, no, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. And they will double down on that, even if people say it's your fault. But that's not what happened. He has shown he's taken no responsibility. He finally hints towards taking responsibility, and then Tangle immediately absolves him. That is crap. I don't care what anyone says, that is crap. So then he takes her, wraps her tail around a bunch of poles, so that way they can block off the street from the Zombots to getting to the shuttle. They have a tearful goodbye. Sonic runs back to the shuttle. And then Tangle begins to fight off the Zombots. So Sonic gets to the shuttle. And they're like, where's Tangle? And he's like, she was infected. She's not coming. And there's a line that I absolutely hate. But it was, she got infected. She's staying behind to cover all of us. She said she was sorry. But heroes have nothing to be sorry about. You could have just stopped at, she said she was sorry. That would have hit a lot harder than, heroes have nothing to be sorry about. We know she's a hero. You don't, thank you, Sonic. What? Because this scene overall I really like, because Whisper takes it hard. She tries to run out after her, Amy holds her back, a bunch of wisps come out and they drag her onto the ship. Like, it's a good scene, but that's just a weird line. And so we eventually see Tangle turn, her Zombot form actually looks really cool. And we see Whisper on the ship, Cream's consoling her. And we finally come back with Eggman Starlin. And Starlin warps the Deadly Six onto the mini-arc. And that's where the comic ends. It may not be apparent from, what I've been saying, but I didn't dislike this issue. I actually quite enjoyed it. They had a lot of really nice moments. The stuff with Cream was really interesting. Tangle's sacrifice was nice. Whisper's reaction was really emotional. Like, that was a well done scene, despite the weird line from Sonic. But like, yeah, as I said, just the stuff with Sonic I don't know. People in the comments who enjoy this series more than me, I guess you can let me know, like, what I'm not understanding. But I cannot see how anyone could look at that and go like, yep, that's what I want from my protagonist. No remorse whatsoever for their actions. But yeah, so last comic review of the year. That's nice. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking with me. My channel grew immensely this year, so that's awesome. Thank you all for that. But yeah, I hope you all had a happy holidays. I hope you all have a great new year, and I will see you in the next decade. Bye.